Welcome back, everyone. Ron Polk has been around the game of baseball just about all of his life. He has coached hundreds of players, made postseason runs, including 9 College World Series appearances, and traveled the world representing the USA in baseball. And most people will tell you Ron Polk is the reason SEC baseball is, well, SEC baseball. Ron Polk talks with our Jon Sokoloff in this episode of Telling Your Story.
There's almost 1,400 career wins, over 1,100 at Mississippi State, countless trips to the postseason, 8 College World Series appearances, considered the father of SEC baseball. That's an unimaginable amount of experience and success kind of in the game. What's been the biggest lesson that you think you've learned through it all?
Well, I didn't name myself the father of SEC baseball. Sometimes I'm introduced. I do a lot of speaking in high schools and colleges and baseball clinics. The godfather of SEC baseball. But when you spend that many years, 31 years as a head coach in the SEC and didn't get fired, you're going to win a lot of games, and you're also going to lose a lot of games. I think I got more wins than any other coach, men or women, in the SEC. But what people don't realize, they also got more losses because nobody lasts 31 years in the SEC. I did, and I'm thankful for that. My health has been good, except having a cold right now. It's been a great experience. Actually, 9 College World Series, because I was the third base coach for the University of Arizona in 1966 as a graduate assistant. 4 different schools, and things have come a long way since then. Facilities, stadiums, radio, TV, media, internet. I mean, we've come a long way from the time I first started coaching at the University of Arizona in 1966.
Your relationship with players, I'm sure that's close to the top of the list in terms of priorities or things that you've kind of cherished throughout your years of coaching. I know you write handwritten letters to former players and staff members. How many is that per year?
You don't want to know. I did 7 tours with the national team, 2 as a head coach, and 2 Olympic teams as assistant. And I birthday, anniversary, if I know what that date is, and Christmas cards. And then 11 years coaching the Cape Cod League and the Prospect League and all the others. It's all done by hand. I don't like to type letters to players. I do it by hand. My handwriting is not as good as it used to be, but it's a lot of work. But they were part of my life, and I just want to stay a part of their life. And so I'm kind of known for keeping in touch with people, and a lot of coaches, the guys leave and they don't even, I'm sure they say goodbye, but they don't stay in touch with them. I'm pretty good at staying in touch with people.
I'm sure you've been tossed out of a lot of games. Do you remember kind of the angriest you ever were when you've gotten thrown out? It doesn't have to just be at Mississippi State.
Well, I got tossed up in Havana, Cuba, back-to-back nights by 2 umpires that didn't speak English. I think there was a communication problem, but I mean, now there's not many getting tossed. You don't get tossed very much with game review. And Chris Lamonis always kids me, except the coaches get on. I mean, the fans get on me because I don't go out there and argue as much as you did. I said, well, you got to tell them that there's, other than balls and strikes, everything else is review. Makes the umpire's job a lot easier, but you have to have a fine art to it. But there's times I actually went out and wanted to get thrown out, or I did not want to get thrown out. I just said the wrong thing at the wrong time. But there are times I went out there and I just wanted to get my 2 cents in, because I did not allow our players on the USA team, summer baseball, wherever I coached, to talk to an umpire. Couldn't even say a word. So they had a signal with me, I need some help. So I don't have my players ever get thrown out. If anybody can be thrown out, it'd be me. And we can afford me not being there, not a number 4 or 5 hitter. And so there were times I went out and actually purposely got thrown out, maybe because it was too cold or too hot. We were down by 10 or 11 runs, and I wanted to go back to my office, get a cigar going. So I go out there in front of him, and nobody can see it. Nobody can hear what you're talking about. And I just convinced the umpire I'm out there not to yell and scream at him, but let's yell and scream, and I want you to feel like I'm mad at you and you mad at me, but this is a play we're doing because you got the call right. I just want to go home.
Coach Polk sat down with Jon at Spring Street Cigars in Starkville. You can watch the entire wide-ranging conversation online at WCBI.com. Just click on the Features tab and then Telling My Story icon. Coach Ron Polk, Telling Your Story at WCBI.com.